So today I want to show a system that I've created to optimize and quickly edit our podcast and get it ready for publication. Some of you professional podcast recorders out there might cringe a little bit at the simplicity of this, but this is really just showing how pretty much everything we have in the optimization specialist is optimized to some point, trying to make our lives as easy as possible to get more done in less time. And so we use Riverside to record. We'll look at that here in a second. And then I use Audacity just to clean things up. But I can get this posted up and running pretty quickly, and just want to show a very simple way of how we can take something that seems a little bit complicated and streamline it as much as possible. So I have already gone through. One of the great things I like about Riverside is that once you record it, you can just have it create the full episode. And so you just click generate, it does all the things automatically. So we'll just click into this, and we've got everything we need here. Let me go into the edit side of things. Okay, great. So I'm just gonna go ahead and click on export here real quick. We're gonna download the audio, always do it wave, normalize audio, remove background noise, export audio only. And this will take a few minutes to download. Which I'll come back here once this is done, ready for export. We will also export the video version of this. Video, normalize audio, export video. So we'll go to export. So we're not going to watch this whole thing here, but we can see that we're exporting the video, exporting the audio. That'll be ready here soon. While we do that, we have our podcast folder here, and then this is episode 5 for us, so we're going to go ahead and just create this new folder, episode 5. So one thing we'll see here in a little bit is that in here I upload the completed audio, the completed video, as well as the content that will be going out, and we'll wait for that to come down, and I'll be right back. Okay, great. So this has been downloaded now. I downloaded this to my computer. We put, again, this is the raw file, episode 5. So one thing that we do from a content perspective is I have a free online audio to text translator. So it uses AI. We'll transcribe the files. Click on this. We're going to do episode 5. And what this is going to do is, by using the transcription, we'll be able to create show notes and titles and everything else. I'll show you that here in a second. Now, Riverside does have a more expensive version of this. I think we're on the middle tier that will help with this. But right now, as we're starting the podcast, we kind of do all of this manually. So this is going to go ahead and transcribe that while we wait. I'm also going to open up Audacity. We are not worried about this. So I have episode 5 that I'm going to bring in. And also on our podcast, we've got our intro and outro in waveform. That is the outro. So the intro, we're going to go here. Actually, at first, we're going to make sure that we normalize all of the volume. Our outro and intro don't always match, so we're going to be good there. We're going to overlap here. So this is always the tail end of that. Quickly delete that. Kind of overlap this, and then we always do a quick fade out, and then our outro we're going to bring to the end. We do this, zooming in out just so we're going to have a little bit of overlap here, so that's matching exactly, and then we'll want to fade in a little bit, and then this will fade out. I'm going to pause recording real quick just to make sure that the time and everything sounds right, but for the most part, that's it. Again, not super crazy editing by any means compared to what some other people go through, but this is the quickest way to kind of take care of that. We've got our intro and outro, and then we'll just make sure everything sounds good. Okay, so at this point, we've got episode 5. We've got the episode final. So this was the finalized piece through Audacity. We've got our intro and outro. We now have, let me get rid of this for a second. We've got our transcribed audio. So I'll just download the TXT of this, and let's open up ChatGPT. And on this, a while back, I created a custom GBT that is basically when I upload a transcript or a copy paste into transcript, give me show notes, a title, social media post for each episode. One thing about this is this does only, TurboScribe does only do up to 30 minutes, but we can get the general understanding of what this episode is, even though the episode was about 31 minutes long. Please create content for this episode. And I've helped train this a little bit too. But you can see very quickly here, it's creating the episode title, podcast description, show notes, which we post somewhere else. This podcast description has a little call to action on it, our key takeaways, social media posts. So when this comes out, we'll be good to go. And so while this is going through, let's open up Spotify. This is where we have ours hosted. Episodes, new episode. So we've got our episode 5 final. And actually one adjustment we've been making that we like in ours is we like to have like a title and subtitle. So I'll make a couple of quick adjustments to this, which I need to actually finalize in our main chat, in our main custom GBT. But you can understand here that these are the main things that we do. Again, this helps us create the social media post, creates the show notes, and then the podcast description. So this part's really easy. Cool. So all it did was recreate the title real quick. So this is going to be the title: Business Buzzwords Decoded, How to Use Key Terms to Scale and Optimize Your Business. I love the ChatGPT canvas, since it just keeps updating everything. So there's our title. Here is the podcast description. We like that we're opening up with a question. And the show notes can be fatty optimization / this is episode 5. And that is about it. We'll click next on here. We're going to schedule this for Wednesday morning at 6 a.m. I'm on East Coast. Description and schedule. And that's about it. This will go out on all the different platforms that we're connected to. YouTube will be next. YouTube inside of Riverside. I guess I kind of sped through and exported that, realizing that we need to actually make sure that the let's go back to the edit piece of this. Actually, I don't know if this has captions on it or not. We always use the same type of captions. Okay, no, we don't have those. So the other great thing about Riverside, let's go into edit real quick. I'm kind of going backwards in time here, but if we look at captions, we always use the same captions here. And then we just use our colors, which we already have customized here. And then we make sure that our brand is on point. This is going to be in the top left corner. Apply the brand. Now we'll re-export this. Export, normalizing audio levels. Keep editing. We'll go to exports. And then finally in Canva, we already have our template here that we've been using for all of our thumbnails. So we'll go ahead and just duplicate this page. There we go. And then we're going to go back to the title that we had. So Business Buzzwords Decoded. It's just going to go here. It's a little bit bigger. And then I'm actually realizing I don't like the total as much, but I'll come back and fix that here later. And then we'll download just this one, and now we're ready for YouTube once the video gets done. So you can see quickly that by setting up our systems, I don't even see, we're about 10 minutes in, we can get the full thing recorded, or not recorded, but we can export, upload, we get our content created. What I'll do, and then I got to go onto our website and update the website real quick, but those are easy pieces from a website editor perspective. But we'll put the show notes in there, or at least we'll put this on the website. I will go ahead and also, we have templates in Canva for creating our social media posts. We can schedule those out inside of the toolkit. So here in about 20 to 30 minutes, I can have everything set up for an upcoming podcast episode, both on Spotify, YouTube, and our website. So everything's ready to go for Wednesday morning when this goes live. So some people, I think, get a little bit nervous about all of this pieces of the podcast. Obviously, click and record is the easiest, but honestly, it takes me, again, 20 to 30 30 minutes to get a podcast ready to go live. Again, maybe not as crazy as a Joe Rogan podcast with all of the editing that they have, but they have a full team and he's making a bunch of money to do that. But as a business owner, trying to find the most streamlined time to do something like editing and publishing a podcast, this is the way that I've built up. We've got the custom chat GBT. We've got the Canva thumbnails, and we're using GBT to create the snippets and everything else. So if you are looking for ways to optimize your business, highly recommend, looking at systems like this. Find those things that can be automated, and make sure that you can repeat that over and over. And then eventually, as our team grows, might hand these responsibilities over to somebody else, and they'll probably be able to use this video in order to do so. We'll definitely do the text version of this too, just to make it easy for anybody to follow these steps to get the podcast ready for going live.